Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make this advent calendar. I guess it's not really a calendar. It's garland to hang on your tree. And it's got these little pouches here that you can put candy or treat or whatever you put in an advent calendar. And it's hooked on with these little clothespins on a piece of twine. And the numbers are, oh man, I'm really bad at it. Embroidering on numbers, so they really look kind of funny, but if you don't have to do it the way I did it. I am not good at that. If you're good at it though, they look nice when they're embroidered on, if you could do it better than me. Otherwise, you can use fabric paint or anything, foam stickers, whatever you can find for the numbers. You probably, you don't even have to put numbers on them, I guess. But it's just made out of scrap yarn, just all kinds of scrap yarn that I have. So what you need scrap yarn, just, don't take very much for each sack, some twine or something to hook it to. And I got these little clothespins. You don't have to get them, but they were only a couple dollars for this whole bag. And I kind of just strung them on there, and now you can hang them up to your tree like that. So I'll show you how to make a sack real quick, real easy. Now, all the scrap yarn that I used was Red Heart Super Saver or that Walmart's Mainstay new brand. It's just, it was all 4-ply acrylic. You don't have to do that. You can use cotton or anything, all different kinds of yarn to make it look cool. And then I used a size G, which is a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. Okay, what you want to do is start out with a chain of 12. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go ahead and single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and then single crochet, 1 single crochet in every stitch until you get to the end of your chain. Okay, when you make it to the last chain, go ahead and put 2 single crochets into that last chain. So 2 into the last one. And now what I'm going to do is kind of just flip my work, and I'm going to start working on the opposite side of the chain. So I'm going to jump over here to the next stitch. Not this one here, because that's the one that we put 2 in. Make sure you jump to the next one. And I'm going to start putting 1 single crochet in every stitch until I get to the last stitch on this side. Okay, when you get to the last stitch over here, it's not going to be this little chain space that, remember, we single crocheted in the second stitch from the hook. It's not going to be that one stitch that we skipped. It's going to be this one right here. And you want to put 2 single crochets into that. And now you should have 22 stitches. And what we're going to do is use a stitch marker. Find something here. I always got yarn tails laying on the floor. I'm going to use this piece of yarn and stick it right there. So once you counted and you got 22 stitches, you want to jump all the way over here to your very first single crochet, this one right here, and single crochet into it, like that. And now I'm going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch around now. No more 2 in the corner or anything. It's just 1 single crochet in every stitch around until I get to my stitch marker. These little sacks are easy. kind of got to flip the corners because it starts to make it go the right way, like that. I kind of tug on it, pull the corners out. That way it's a little bit easier to work with. Flip back out on me. And when you make it to your stitch marker, you should have 22 stitches still. That's what we're going to keep, 22 stitches when you make it to your marker. And if you counted and you have 22 stitches, go ahead and pull it out and move it up and go around again. We want to do 8 rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch. Right now we're starting round 3. So we want to do a total of 8. And you should have 22 at the end of every round. You have to keep flipping your corners up because they start to... But once you do a few more rounds, they'll stay put. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my 8 rounds real quick. Okay, I've got my 8 rows done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm back on my stitch marker and I still have 22 stitches. So I'm going to move my stitch marker up and I'm going to do 1 row of decreases. I'm just going to decrease 2 times. So I'm going to put 1 single crochet into the first 9 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I'm going to decrease over the next 2. So what I'm going to do is go into the next stitch, drop a loop, and then go into the next one, drop another loop, yarn over, and go through all 3. That turned 2 stitches into 1. Now I'm going to put 1 single crochet into the next 9 stitches again. And you should have 2 stitches left, and you want to go ahead and decrease over those last 2. So go into the first one and drop a loop, and go into the next one, drop a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops, just like that. Now you'll have 20 stitches at the end of round 9. So I'm going to move my stitch marker up one more time, and I'm going to go around putting 1 single crochet in every stitch. So when I make it back to my stitch marker at the end of round 10 here, I'll have 20 stitches. Okay, I'm coming up to my stitch marker, and you want to count and make sure you have 20 stitches. What I'm going to do is slip stitch into that next stitch, and I'll end round 10. I'm going to pull my marker out because I don't need it anymore. Okay, now I'm going to put the ribbing that's kind of on the edge at the top there, if you can see it. So what I'm going to do is chain 2. Now that chain 2 is going to count as a half double crochet. Now I'm going to work 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way back around till I get back here to this chain 2. And I should have, when I make it back around, 20 stitches, counting that chain 2. Okay, once you make it back around and you have your 20 stitches counting this chain 2, just go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that chain 2. Now we're going to chain 2 again. Now that chain 2 is counting as a back post half double crochet. Now we're going to do a front post half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to go around the post of the next stitch instead of the top of it, like that, and do a half double crochet like that. Now the next stitch is going to be a back post half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over and go from the behind and go around the stitch like that. That way the post is on the back of your hook, and then do your half double crochet. The next one is a front post half double crochet. So we yarn over, and instead of working in the top of the stitch, we're just working around the post, and then half double. And this is what's putting that ribbing on the top. The next stitch is a back post half double. So come around from the behind the stitch. So your stitch, the post of the stitch is on the back of your hook, and then go ahead and finish out your half double. And then a front post half double crochet in the next. And then a back post half double crochet. And then a front post. And a back post. And I'm going to repeat this all the way around until I get back to the beginning. Okay, I'm coming around at the end of round 12, and you should have ended in a front post half double crochet, and then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of our beginning chain 2, and that'll end round 12. And now all we're going to do is make the hanger. So what I'm going to do is slip stitch 2 times. So slip stitch over 2 times. This first one's always really hard to get. So there's 1 and 2. Now chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back into that same exact stitch and slip stitch into it again. And then tie this off. Flip your yarn. Pull that tight. Now, I always kind of just stretch out my sack just a little bit at the corners. And there it is. Now we just got to hide that tail. And this is how you make every sack. And just use all different colors. Or you can use all the same colors, whatever you want to do. It's your calendar. And kind of weave these in, weave in your tail here a little bit in the back. That is what it looks like. It's pretty cute. That's about the size of it. And you can put whatever you want to put in it. Oh, and if you want to embroider your numbers on, you can just do that with whatever color yarn you want. Or you can cut your numbers out of felt, glue them on. You can paint your numbers on with fabric paint. You can poofy stickers. I thought about getting, they had some wooden beads and just writing the number on it and kind of just dangling it from here. Let your creativity rule. However you want to do the numbers is up to you. I started to embroider mine, but I actually think I'm not going to do that to all of them because I'm really not good at embroidering stuff. See, it looks funny. My 6 looks all funny. But that's it. And then I just had some twine. You don't have to use twine. You can use yarn, any type of string that you want. And string them on. I strung them on like this. You can make them all go the same way or different ways. Leave them however far apart you want. I left about 4 inches in between mine. And then I just took my little bitty clothespin and hooked it on like that. And now you can hang on your tree. Like this, like Garland. So the kids could have a lot of fun with that, waking up and seeing what kind of treats in it every day. Now, some people, advent calendars, I've seen they only do 24. And they make the 24th one like special. I don't know. Some people do 25. You can do however many sacks you want, 24, 25. Because I've seen them done all for different ways. But that's it. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out all my other videos. I got hundreds of them. If you make this, I'd really like to see a picture of it. You can post a picture on my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. And until next time, have a good day.